Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SmackDown! This is WWE 2K24 Universe Mode episode 243, and tonight we come to you live from Kansas City, Missouri. Welcome to the show, folks. I'm Callum, otherwise known as the KO King. Welcome to KO Productions and welcome to SmackDown, where we are just under 2 weeks away from the Royal Rumble Premium live event, and that's so much like this one going to be an action-packed show as always. So let's waste no further time and get right into the action. And as you just heard there from the ring announcer, Samantha Irvin, the opening contest for the Intercontinental Championship set to get us underway here tonight live on SmackDown. You tonight in Kansas City, and don't let the Titantron fool you, because coming to the ring with his brother to support him, it's Jimmy Uso. But challenging for the Intercontinental title tonight, it is none other than the Yeetster himself. Main event, Jey Uso. Gonna be a good one, folks. Let's waste no further time and get straight into the action. And talking about the action, what these two men are going to produce here tonight for the Intercontinental Championship. Let's get to work. Man, oh man, Jey Uso, the last time we saw him losing to Daniel Bryan on an episode of WWE Dark. Of course, Daniel Bryan, we know, could be potentially in line for the next Intercontinental title opportunity. He beat Andrade in the mini number one contender tournament last week, and the other first round mini contender tournament matches later on tonight, where a rematch from Clash of the Castle goes down between John Cena and the unpredictable badass Braun Breaker. Breaker winning at Clash. Will Cena get his win back tonight and only his second win a part of the SmackDown brand? Gonna have to wait and see. That's later on tonight though. But out next, it is the current reigning and defending Intercontinental Championship holder, or Intercontinental Champion rather, who recently defended it at Clash of the Castle against Finn Balor live in Glasgow, Scotland. Can he defend it here tonight once again against main event Jey Uso? I can't wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. Chad Gable has been an incredible champion thus far. Defeated likes of Pete Dunne, Jeff Hardy, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and now going into his fifth defense. Or no, he's also defeated Dolph Ziggler and Chris Jericho 2 weeks ago here on SmackDown. So that's his sixth defense against main event Jey Uso tonight on the blue brand. Will he be the man to go on to face the winner of the mini number one contender tournament, or will he lose it here and Jey be the man to face the winner of Daniel Bryan and the winner of Cena and Braun later on tonight? Gonna be a fun one, man. A kick is off live on SmackDown from Kansas City, Missouri. The Intercontinental title on the line. This crowd gonna have a fun night ahead of them, because this one's gonna be a hell of a good opener to get us started. Is that right? There's what they're bidding for. The beautiful, prestigious, and coveted Intercontinental Championship of SmackDown. Let's head down to the ring now with the official ring introductions from Samantha Irvin. Thank you, Samantha. This is going to be a fun one to get us started. Jey and Gable going to touch for the first time in singles competition. I believe they wrestled in tag team action back when they were all on Monday Night Raw, and Gable was still in a tag team with Otis of the Alpha Academy. It was the Usos getting the win against Gable and Otis. But tonight it's singles competition, and Gable has really stepped up his game, especially since turning his back on Kurt Angle. Really came into his own, man, and became a champion for the first time in this series. Let's see if we can retain it here tonight against Jey to kick us off live on that blue brand tonight. Charles Robinson, SmackDown official, rings the bell, and matchup now officially underway. Uso and Gable for the Intercontinental title. Jey Uso now getting the upper hand. Irish whip now. Chad Gable sends him back, and a beautiful wrestling takedown. Fireman carry style by the Intercontinental Champion, who's admiring his handiwork, and Jey able to take him down with a clothesline. I'm surprised he's not eating all over the place. Gable has held the Intercontinental title for an impressive 101 days, and in that time has gathered up 5 successful defenses of the gold. Let's see tonight if he can get a win and retain it once more and get a 6th. And Pop is reigning even more, make it even longer. Gable was voted by you guys, the fans, the half superstar of the half series. So the superstar of the half series ain't half superstar. He is a damn superstar, as is Jey Uso, and he could be the superstar that takes the IC title off of Gable tonight. And ends his 101-day reign, of course, this weekend and leading into this week, we've had various new champions crowned. New NXT Women's Champion in the form of Lyra Valkyria. Right here on SmackDown, we've got a new WWE Women's Champion. Back in Evolution in the main event, Charlotte Flair was able to defend and retain against the EST Bianca Belair. And guess what, folks? They are still doing battle. They're still to go at it later on tonight. That is going to be your main event of the evening this evening. A rematch from Evolution. Charlotte and Bianca going on it for the WWE Women's title once again as Jey able to counter that from Gable. Jey Uso taking down the Intercontinental Champion into an A-fist chop now. And a super kick didn't get all of it there. Gable with forearm, no block by main event Jey, and Jey smacking him in the face. And that time that super kick getting on right in the money. It is Chan Uso. Main event Jey wants to live up to his name, really be a main event man. As tonight the women got a main event SmackDown. I believe for the first time ever, Charlotte and Bianca main event and SmackDown for the ladies tonight. With the WWE Women's title on the line, going to be a fun one, an Evolution rematch. The Revolution match was an incredible one. The rematch set to be just as incredible as well. As Jimmy Uso just brought out a baseball bat. Charles Robinson having to get rid of it. And a Jey in the corner. Gable, nice kicks there. Gable trying to get the upper hand now. It's been mostly Jey in this contest. And Chad Gable, look at that, takes him out the corner the hard way. And a big flipping neck breaker by Chad. Cover now to retain the IC title tonight. And a kick out. Gable's got to be looking over his shoulder as well. As has Jey, because Daniel Bryan, who beat Andrade last week, and John Cena and Braun Breaker have still to compete later on tonight. And the mini #1 contender tournament for the IC title is going to be next in line for whoever walks out victorious in this one. Have a look out, Jey lining up. Gable with a big ass shot in the corner. Shades of his daddy Rikishi. Here's the cover. Jey for the Intercontinental title. The kick is off on SmackDown and a kick out. Jey doesn't want to be known as just a tag team guy anymore. He wants to be a main event star. He wants to be a champion. And tonight he gets an opportunity to his first mid-card championship. His first singles title. And he gets the Uso splash up the top. Jey for the gold. 2 count kick out by Gable. Oh man. We've also seen the NXT North American Champion change hands this week. That title was able to come from the waist of the original bro Matt Riddle to the waist of Austin Theory, who's your new champion, winning it last night on NXT. Gable in for the cover, and Jey able to kick out immediately. Jimmy was trying to get involved now, trying to get the officials' attention as the referee now, Charles Robinson, is fixing the turnbuckle pad that Jimmy exposed. Jimmy Uso doing his thing in this match, trying to aid Jey and trying to support him and getting his first singles title here in the WWE. Jey Uso now. Gonna kick him away, but yeah, a lot of championships has changed hands this week. Will this be another one to the last? Not if Gable has anything to say about it. Picks him up, drops him down face first, off like gut wrench. Down goes Jey. Here's the cover. Gable to retain. Has an Intercontinental title. 2 count on Uso and a kick out. Main event, Jey stays in this one, and if Jey loses this match, he might have to rename himself. Might have to be opening match Jey, or mid-card Jey, or can't win Jey, or no title Jey. And he could have been a title Jey there with a schoolboy, but not to be. Gable able to kick out at 2. And now going to send Uso into the corner with a move that's helped him in the past retain the Intercontinental title on a couple of occasions. Could do so right here against Uso. Gable, O'Connor roll, German suplex. He calls that Chaos Theory. It could be the one for Chad. Scores 2. And a kick out by Uso. How the hell did Jey stay alive there? Is right now Chad Gable gonna send Uso to the outside, crashing and falling on the floor now in a heap at ringside. Now look at this, oh Jimmy distracting Gable. Gable is looking at top and Jimmy getting in front of Jey, saving his brother here. Come on, Chad, what the hell are you playing at, man? Jey Uso could easily take advantage here, become the new champion. Gable's attention is averted, at least for the time being, as Gable finally gets his hands on Jey and sends him on the outside. Could retain the title by count out. Referees a count of 7, but Gable not going to win that way. Gonna fly that whole base. So Cena taking out the challenger at ringside. Oh my. And now, Chad Gable going to send Jey Uso back into the squared circle now, heading up to the top rope. Gable to walk out and retain the Intercontinental title, elbow drop to the chest. And Heart of Uso cover to retain the gold. 2 count on main event. Jey and a kick out again by Uso. Uso staying alive of everything that Gable's thrown at him tonight. Never say die, never quit mentality from Jey Uso. Uso right hand picks him up, got him, back suplex into a neck breaker. Uso for the Intercontinental title for his first gold here. 2 count, oh, kick out. You gotta imagine if Daniel Bryan is the one to win the #1 contender series, we'd have a match between Bryan and Uso, and of course Uso last match was against Bryan in a losing effort on WWE Dark. It'll be interesting to see the rematch there, if Uso would be able to retain or lose it in his first go if he wins this against Gable and becomes champion. But right now, Gable off the top, drop kick off the top. As this match rolls on, Gable clothesline, second one trying to get another flurry of offense, and this championship tussle to open up SmackDown in Kansas. Gable caught him with a great flurry of offense, top rope now goes the champ. Here he goes, moonsault, beautifully done. Gable covers the retain, leg out, shoulders down, scores 2 on Uso, not another near fall. It's not over yet live on SmackDown. What is it gonna take, man, to put this main event Jey Uso down? But maybe he's not fully main event after winning gold, but let me well now. Cover off the spear by Jey, scores 2, shoulders down, now it's up on the count of 2. Gable almost losing the Intercontinental title off the spear right there, and not having it as main event. Jey Uso, look at this from Jey, massive forearm, another massive forearm. Spins him round. No, Gable with an elbow. Chad Gable now. Gonna wrestle Jey Uso down. Submission. Picking the ankle. Ankle lock. The move that won him. The Intercontinental title. No Rick baiting it. Gable got Jey in trouble. While Jey submit here. Referee Charles Robinson right there to see if Uso will tap out or pass out due to the pain. And if he does either of those things, Gable will walk out and retain the Intercontinental title tonight in Kansas in an opening contest on SmackDown. What a battle. You got to imagine Bryan watching this match, but you got to imagine he'll watch the matchup later between Cena and Breakker, the Clash of the Castle rematch. As Jey kicking away at Chad Gable now. Now look at this big forearm, no dodging and weaving. Big shot there. Look at Uso, shoulders down on Chad Gable. This could be all she wrote right here. Scores 2 and a steal 1 for the goal kicker by Chad. Oh, it's so certain now, isn't it? But look at Jey. Slingshot splash to the floor. This is your opportunity, Jey. For the Intercontinental title. Uso to win his first singles gold. Something he's been dreaming of. Chad sent back into the ring. Here comes the Uso now. Tippy, top, rope. Went for the Uso splash, but moving out the way is Gable. But now Jimmy with a distraction. Jimmy Uso distracting Chad, oh but Chad. Big shot, avoided, and once again, right back into the ankle lock on Jey, and Rick made it now. Jimmy not liking what he's seeing, Jey coming out. Gable retain the goal to get 6 defenses, and that's 101-day reign and make it continue. And Jey no choice but a tap out. Chad Gable is still the Intercontinental Champion. What a matchup. A great battle. An absolute war of attrition to kick us off for the Intercontinental title, but it will be Chad Gable putting his gold on the line against either Daniel Bryan, Bron Breakker, or John Cena. Whoever wins that match tonight between those two, and then whoever wins next week in the Daniel Bryan match. Of course, Bryan beating Andrade last week to get that spot, but tonight Gable beating Jey Uso, making his 6th defense of the Intercontinental title and continuing his 101-day reign as champion. Incredible matchup that kicks off live in the blue brand. But as I mentioned, just there, folks. Your main event tonight, a rematch from Evolution, is Bianca Belair looking to reclaim her WWE Women's Championship that she held for 177 days. She takes on the Queen for the gold next. It's Charlotte and Bianca for the title in the main event. But coming up next, it's the SmackDown debut and the reunion of the Hardy Boys in this series as they return to SmackDown together. Matt has now been shifted off to the blue brand as they team up the race. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, the winner, getting a WWE Tag Team title opportunity at the Royal Rumble Premium Live event against Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, the WWE Tag Team Champions of the Undisputed Era. Gonna be a fun one in this Kansas City crowd on their feet for the return, the re-emergence, and the reunion of the best damn tag team in the world for many people's opinions, Jeff and Matt, the Hardy Boys. Here we go then, will the Hardy Boys get their win on the return of SmackDown to face the Undisputed Era for the gold at Rumble? Gonna have to wait and see, we'll find out when we come back live on SmackDown. And we're back live on that blue brand, ladies and gentlemen. Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, the OC, they would love nothing more than to spoil the SmackDown return, the return altogether of the Hardy Boys by becoming the #1 contenders for the tag team titles. They've only won one match in this Universe Mode series, but looking to turn their luck around tonight in this one and take on the Brothers Hardy here tonight and get another opportunity to tag gold against the team that they defeated in the very first episode of SmackDown, Fish and O'Reilly. Of course, they lost to Fish and O'Reilly for the tag titles on the line a number of weeks back, but the Hardys never challenged Fish and O'Reilly for the gold because they've always either been on Raw or on opposite brand. Now Matt joins his brother here on Team Blue, and the matchup on the way with Matt Hardy and Carl Anderson. Starting things off, Charles Robinson, the SmackDown official, rings the bell as Anderson big knee to the top of the head of Hardy. And you look at them two are brothers with a bald Matt Hardy, with a bald Anderson, with a bald Gallows. Jeff Hardy, the old man, out in this one. But Hardy should have hair. He's just bald for some reason, so why not? A beautiful bulldog by Matt Hardy. He's saying delete, and he could delete the aspirations of tag team gold for Gallows and Anderson here tonight on the blue brand live from Kansas. Matt now Irish representing Anderson in the corner, big elbow by Machine Gun Carl Anderson. Headed up to the middle rope with Anderson, got a nice kick away. Anderson now off flying and missing whatever the hell he was looking for. I think it was a swinging neck break or a jumping neck break from the middle rope. Didn't get it. Is Matt Hardy looking to take advantage now? Matt Hardy, now look at that, so big shots right in the bald head in the eye area of Carl Anderson. My days, Hardy now picking him up to a vertical base now. Irish whip sends him out of the corner, tag made, in comes brother Jeff. And now Jeff Hardy back in tag team action. It's been a while. His last match of a singles outing against Sheamus 2 weeks ago on WWE Dark with a Celtic Warrior. They were the best, the charismatic enigma in that one. Hardy back in the tag team division where he feels comfortable. Could get the one here. German suplex from the bridge. Kick out by Anderson. And a standing shooting star press by the charismatic enigma now. Second time. Getting it laid in on Anderson. Third time not going to work out. Knees up by Carl. Anderson not having it. The Machine Gun picks him up, vertical base. Hardy in trouble. Suplex by Anderson. Rocking Jeff Hardy. Got him exactly where he wants. Some Irish whip sends him to the outside. And look at Jeff. Oh man. Jeff Hardy now sent packing. Tag made. In comes Gallows. Now Jeff, look at that. Spinning. Heel kick by Hardy. Oh, Anderson, big forearm. And Gallows, look at that. Big shoulder tackle there. Now look at Jeff. Oh, Rana connecting. Big shot there. Nice knee by Anderson. Stopping it. And a nice shoulder tackle again. Gallows keeps cutting him off because Hardy just keeps focusing his attention on the wrong man. You don't want to focus all your attention on the unlegal participant. You want to focus on the legal participant, which is Gallows, who went for a splash. Hardy, however, getting the knees up. And now Jeff Hardy looking to fly a springboard drop kick and now bringing more pace to this tag team battle tonight. Jeff now flying in, drop kick though. Gallows able to move it harm's way off that one. That one and hurting his back in the process. And a big boot to follow it up as Gallows. That's what you need to do, isolate the Hardy Boys. Forearm by Jeff and running in. Spinning heel kick by the charismatic enigma straight up to the top rope and a beautiful Moonsault off the springboard, off the top by the charismatic Enigma Jeff Hardy, and a big springboard drop kick now to the back of Gallows, making the tag. In comes Matt Hardy. Matt back into this one. The two big bold boys going at it, elbow drop right across the back of Luke Gallows, and now punching away. Right at a massive dome of Luke Gallows as well. Almost Festus looking dome, and look at that running DDT by Gallows, trying to get a second flurry now, drop kick by the big man. And now there goes Matt Hardy to the outside, tag made, in comes Carl Anderson. Is Anderson going to fly and take out Hardy on the floor? Yes he is! Slingshot cross body, not often do we see that from Machine Gun Carl Anderson. And now Matt, going to get sent back into the ring by Anderson now. What is this man thinking here? Matt O'Rourke, Hardy in trouble. Anderson fly, swinging neck breaker with a jumping neck breaker. We tried it earlier. Couldn't connect. This time he gets it. Covered now on Matt for the number one contendership at the Rumble kick out. And you got to imagine the tag team champions, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, who have held the gold since SummerSlam. Watching them very closely, see who they'll face with the titles at the Royal Rumble. Side effect by Matt. Could be the Hardys, and Gallows breaks it up before the official Charles Robinson can even get his hands on the mat for the count of one. But knocking Gallows off the apron there. It's Matt Hardy. Back with it against Anderson, but Anderson moving out of the way of that jab, and there's a spine buster. Incredible spine of the pin by Anderson. They go to Rumble, kicking it one by Matt. Oh wow, and they're stomping away on him. It's Carl Anderson, stomp after stomp on Hardy. Hardy running in with a nice clothesline. And now Matt Hardy. Tag made, in comes Jeff Anderson. Tag made, in comes Gallows. And now here we go, it's Hardy, it's Gallows. Back the legal participants in this contest. Look at Jeff. That's all it. Dropping a big time splash on Luke Gallows. Got him right in the ribs in the midsection. And now Jeff going for Carl Anderson. But Gallows going to stop him in his tracks, saving his tag team partner. That's what I'm talking about, Jeff. You're going to poke in the legal man. Ripcord Lariat on Hardy. Cover now. Scoring two. Kick out by Jeff. Good Jeff bounce back after his recent loss to Sheamus on the couple of weeks ago on WWE. Darkest Jeff, oh my! Twist of fate at Gallows out of nowhere, but there's Carl Anderson making it up. Anderson breaking it up there. Oh wow, and look at this big kick right in the back, the lower back there. Jeff Hardy. What's he thinking? Big time shot by Jeff. Big time shot by Anderson. And now Jeff, look at this. Oh, massive shot. And a drop kick, and down goes Carl Anderson now. Big stomp moving out the way. Big kick moving out the way. Luke Gallows now. Picking him up to a vertical basis. And then face first goes Jeff Hardy to the mat. The flapjack by Anderson. Matt now sent to the outside. Sent off the apron. Gallows picks up Jeff. Got him isolated here. Get Anderson and Gallows pick up their second win here in this series and get their second opportunity at the tag titles. Anderson legal. Tag is made. Double team offense. The Magic Killer. The Magic Killer by Gallows and Anderson. The cover. Matt Hardy breaks it up at the count of one. Saving Jeff and saving the Hardys' chances of becoming the WWE Tag Team Champions. Nice stunner up the apron by Anderson. Taking out Matt Hardy, big stop there. Jeff now, beautiful spinning heel kick once more. Jeff, top rope, straight after the back. Anderson in the drop zone, swan top. Oh my, come on. No, there's Gallows breaking it up right away. Oh wow. And now Jeff Hardy going to try and send Gallows out. Anderson hurting on the outside. Gallows sent to the floor now. And now it's Jeff Hardy. Toe bacon. Hitler Gallows. Rope assisted. Didn't get all of it. Didn't get all of what he wanted as Anderson comes back into the ring as this one continues. Live on SmackDown. Matt also knocked off. Jeff though. As we're back live. Schoolboy and Anderson scores two. Anderson kicking out. Oh wow. And Matt still down off the apron after that shot before the break. Running neck breaker by Carl Anderson as he's going to work on Jeff Hardy, the charismatic Enigma now. But Jeff able to counter, able to knock down Carl Anderson to make it a tag into Matt Hardy. Matt legal now. Big stop moving out the way. Big shot from Anderson. Big kicks. And look at that bicycle boot there by Anderson. Hardy Jeff rather, set off the apron by Anderson. Look at Carl here. He's doing the machine gun. But Matt to his feet. You shouldn't talk too much, Carl. Oh, look at that. Oh, the starter. Oh, the cutter rather. Cutter by Anderson. Here's the cover. Storyline 2 for the tag team opportunity Rumble, and Matt kicking out at 2. Oh my, great tag team battle tonight on SmackDown from Kansas City, Missouri. Tag in comes Luke Gallows now. Who's going to get that shot at Fish and O'Reilly? They'll beat every other team here on SmackDown, including the Usos. Gable and Kurt Angle. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, Gallows and Anderson, Jericho and Ziggler. They've had 5 successful defenses. Rumble would be their 6th, and it could be where they lose it, potentially, to the Hardy Boys. Hip toss, neck breaker by Matt. Irish whip now. Sends Gallows into the corner. Tag made, double team offense now from the Hardys coming. Sends him in a Jeff. Matt now. Both men got him up in the assisted twist of fate by the Hardys. Here's the cover leg as hook shoulders down now. Scoring 1. Carl Anderson making the save. Oh man. Anderson able to get back up on the apron to break it up. This one rolling on now. Live on SmackDown. Gallows now picking up Hardy. Looking to try and capitalise. Nice knee by Jeff. Jeff now another. Spinning heel kick and down goes Anderson, knocked off the apron. Hardy heading up to the top rope. Gallows on a vertical basis. I'll try to stop him there. Nice shot from Jeff though. And a new swanton bomb to a standing Gallows down below the cover. Hardy's going to rumble to become #1 contenders, and they've done it. The Hardy Boys won it. It'll be Jeff and Matt challenging Fish and O'Reilly of the Undisputed Era for the WWE Tag Team titles at the Royal Rumble Premium Live Event. There's another match set for the Rumble, which joins both Rumble matches, that being the men's and the women's. The men's WWE title on the line as King of the Ring winner Seth freaking Rollins challenges Drew McIntyre, the undefeated champion, for the gold, and Kairi Sane, the Queen of the Ring winner for the red brand, challenges the women's world champion Alexa Bliss after winning Queen of the Ring at Evolution this past weekend. But an incredible win for the Hardys tonight. Getting added to that card at the Rumble, taking on the Undisputed Era for the gold as they return as a full-time team, and they're live on the SmackDown brand. Great winning, great return of SmackDown for the Hardys live in Kansas as the show rolls on. As we mentioned it earlier on tonight, the winner of this match goes one-on-one with Daniel Bryan next week, where the winner of that will challenge Chad Gable. Next in line for the Intercontinental Championship, it's a rematch from Clash of the Castle. It's Braun Breaker, it's John Cena, it's next as Breaker is making his way to the ring, fresh off at defeating Cena at Clash of the Castle, live in Glasgow in their first battle. Can Breaker make it 2-0 against Cena and make sure Cena's only victory on the SmackDown brand comes a couple of weeks ago against Andrade? Doesn't want Cena to get another one, and then potentially another next week against Bryan, and then potentially another next week after that with the Intercontinental title on the line against Chad Gable. Braun Breaker, the Beast, doing his roar, doing his scream tonight, live on SmackDown in Kansas, and your penultimate contest of the evening. Going to be a fun one against the franchise player. These two had a great matchup back at Clash of the Castle with the Oval Hydro in Glasgow, Scotland a couple of weeks ago. They're going to run it back here live next. Can Cena get his win back and going to face Bryan next week in the many #1 contenders Intercontinental title tournament? You gotta imagine the Intercontinental champion Chad Gable is watching backstage as he rests his wounds after his physical matchup earlier with defending the Intercontinental title against main event Jey Uso. Cena making his iconic entrance into the squared circle. Can he win it tonight? Can he get his win back against Breaker and going to face Bryan and go one step closer, potentially getting a shot at the Intercontinental Championship? The Intercontinental title scene is really dividing now when talent such as Mr. Money in the Bank Daniel Bryan won a shot. Mexican superstars Andrade. Incredible breakout stars such as Braun Breaker and legends such as John Cena. One of them will get the opportunity. It won't be Andrade as he lost last week to Bryan, but it will be either Bryan, Cena, or Breaker? Which one will win this one? I face Bryan next week, as you can imagine. He's watching this one on very closely, as he's missed some money in the bag. He's not been attempting to cash in against the undisputed WWE Champion Drew McIntyre. You know what, Daniel? I don't blame you. Even if he's been battered after a physical match, he might still overcome you afterwards. If he isn't, if he's not 100%, he still might be 50% and still be better than you. Nonetheless, the matchup on the way. Rematch from Clash of the Castle. Charles Robinson ringing the bell to get this one underway. John Cena and Braun Breaker going at it once more here tonight. This time live on SmackDown. Kick out from Braun off the crossbody from John Cena. And if you're enjoying this WWE 2K24 Universe Mode series, folks, make sure you leave a like for me. Subscribe if you haven't already with the notification bell turned on so you don't miss any more of this fantastic series, because coming up very soon in less than 2 weeks' time, the Royal Rumble Premium Live event. You don't want to miss that at all, folks. As Breaker just had a release. German suplex on Cena, and they're going to follow it up with a deadlift power bomb and the greatest of all time. The same greatest of all time that Breaker defeated 2 weeks ago live in Glasgow, Scotland. But if you feel like I can improve on anything in this series, there's always a comment section down below. Leave your thoughts and opinions down there, folks. I'm always open to constructive criticism. It helps me grow as a person, helps us grow as a community, and helps this channel grow as well, folks. But back to the action at hand. Breaker almost getting defeated off a powerbomb from Cena. Only enough for a 1 there on the unpredictable badass. And this Intercontinental title #1 contender mini tournament first round matchup. Try and say that 5 times fast, folks. I couldn't even say 5 times fast. Oh, look at Braun. Massive headbutt on Cena in this penultimate contest tonight. Rematch from Clash. Can Breaker make it 2-0 right here? Planning Cena. Cover. Center of the ring. Leg hook. Shoulders down. Kicking it one by John. Cena not going to stay down just yet. His only win here on the SmackDown brand comes against Andrade in preparation for his matchup against Breaker at Clash of the Castle, which Breaker was able to go out on top of. Breaker has defeated some great stars on SmackDown since joining a few months ago, I believe back in February. After SummerSlam, Braun Breaker came to SmackDown his first night, defeated Otis, then went on to defeat the likes of Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and most recently, of course, John Cena, and could beat Cena for the second time this series. Beautiful moonsault by Breaker. Standing moonsault. Breaker now, middle rope, setting up Cena for disaster. Nice kick there by the unpredictable badass as Cena moves out of the way of the forearm strike. Or not the forearm, rather, the shoulder tackle by the ex-football player. Braun Breaker, top rope now goes Braun. Cena right there, Braun stops him in his tracks. Breaker, tippy top, look at a fly double axe arrow on Cena. Cover by the unpredictable badass, leg hook down. Only one. Leg wasn't even hooked, shoulders were down, however. But maybe hooking the leg would have got him more than a 1 count. As Braun Breaker trying to bust open John Cena. Big punches right at the top of the head of the greatest of all time. And another moonsault, this time Cena able to move out of harm's way. Nice shots now. And beautiful strikes and big jabs. Nothing pretty, but damn sure effective from Cena. This is an all-out brawl tonight. Cena going to send Breaker to the outside of the ring. And Cena, he's going to top roll, and he's going to splash Breaker on the floor. When do you ever see John Cena go to the top and do a splash on someone else on the outside of the ring? My God, but Breaker fighting back now against Cena. A massive clothesline on the floor now by the unpredictable badass, who now has the ring to himself, perhaps to win this one by count now and get an easy win. To go face Bryan next week, still pretty fresh, but Breaker, that's not his style. That certainly is his style, though. Flying over the top with a tope con hilo, taking out the greatest of all time at ringside. And then Braun Breaker gonna send Cena back into the ring now. Breaker gonna mind, he's gonna take advantage here, but John Cena back to a vertical base and a clothesline. Down goes Breaker, trying to get up his Braun, but Breaker on wobbly foundation. Cena looking to take advantage and send him into the corner. John Cena now got Breaker right where he wants him, all lined up for your big right hand. Can Cena get his win back from Clash? Tippy top rope with a crimson mask and the busted open head of Cena. He delivers a superplex off the top with the crowd chant. This is awesome, and indeed it is. Here live on SmackDown in Kansas. Cena right there, Breaker elbow right to the side of the face. Got him on the bridge of the nose. Breaker picks up Cena. Beautiful. Electric chair maneuver there. Well, that was Gorilla Press, rather. Gorilla Press power slam. He calls that Dream Breaker. It's not the end of the dream of Cena to get a shot of the IC title just yet, however. Kicking out of the Gorilla Press power slam from Breaker, aka the Dream Breaker, and missing the splash there from Braun. Cena now picks him up. Look at the strength there. I think it's the old Simon and face first. Goes Breaker out of the canvas. And oh yeah, here comes John Cena. You can't see me. Cena now. Off the ropes, 5. Knuckle shuffle. Connecting right to the side of the head of Braun Breaker. Busts them open in the process, and now straight into the submission. STFU on Braun Breaker. Set on the ring. Nowhere for Braun to go. He could be out of it right here. John Cena going to face Daniel Bryan next week in the finals of the many number 1 contenders in our Continental title tournament. But Breaker somehow going to escape out of the STF of John Cena. Massive elbows there by Braun Breaker. Irish whip now off the ropes. Breaker hoists him in the air with a spear. We've seen that before from Braun. We'll see it again. Well, that's been the end of Cena in this one. 2 count by Braun. Kick out by John. Unreal. Oh wow, the battle between Braun and John tonight still ongoing. Braun and John 2. Exciting everyone in attendance tonight in Kansas and everybody watching at home, including myself, who has the pleasure of calling this battle. Cena kicking out that big splash off the top by Braun. And Breaker doesn't know what to do here against John Cena, a man that usually always knows what to do. Big shot there, Cena, big shot in the midsection, off the ropes. Now here goes John, shoulder tackle. And now into the 5 moves into Miss John Cena now. Ducks the line from Breaker. And Paladin Braun. And the Clash of the Castle rematch tonight. And here comes Cena now. Cena Breaker, you can't see me. Off the ropes. Braun in trouble. 5. Knuckle shuffle. And now John Cena setting up Braun Breaker to put him away right here. Oh, nice kick there in the midsection. Cena picks him up with the strength. Attitude adjustment by Braun. Can Cena get his second one on SmackDown in this series to beat Breaker to face Bryan next week? One on draped over Braun and a near fall. It's not over yet. Braun Breaker still hanging on in this contest. And John Cena has no idea what to do. He cannot believe his eyes, ladies and gentlemen, as he stomps away in the back of the neck and out right to the top of the head now of the unpredictable badass Braun Breaker. And an elbow right in the top of the head of Braun now. Stop there from Cena. Braun Breaker. Big, massive shoulder tackle by the unpredictable badass. Middle rope now goes Braun. Cena was there earlier. Braun tried it earlier. Couldn't get it. Nice shoulder attack from the middle rope by the former NFL player Breaker. But he ain't an NFL superstar anymore. He's a WWE superstar, and he's one that may beat John Cena for the second time in this series in the space of 2 short weeks, especially with moves like that. Avalanche Frankensteiner from the top that took a lot of Breaker in the process. Breaker not even going for the cover. Look at him break Cena's spirit. And look at him put him away. Steiner recliner. Cinched in tight. Nowhere for Cena to go. Set on the ring. Will Breaker make a 2-0 against the Greens the whole time? And make him tap. There's one thing beating Cena, but another thing beating him twice and making him tap in one of them. Charles Robinson right there. We'll see that pass or tap due to the paid. If he does, Breaker will go to face Daniel Bryan in the finals of the many number 1 contenders in the Continental title tournament. Breaker with a log 10. Cena's in trouble, but somehow Cena gonna escape. Big elbow to the top of the head by the greatest of all time. A franchise still in it, and now shoulders down on Braun Breaker. Schoolboy, Cena to steal it, taking a second one on SmackDown. Kick out by Braun again. My days, what action. Cena now grabbing Braun Breaker into a massive maneuver there. Emerald Flosion there by John Cena as he heads up to that tippy top rope. The bit Breaker down, he got him in his sight, had him in his crosshair. Avalanche 5 knuckle shuffle up the top. 2 count on Braun, the shoulders down, and now he gets the shoulders up at 2. How's he gonna put away Braun Breaker? Tried everything to put down the unpredictable badass. He tried everything at Clash of the Castle. He's trying everything tonight. Nothing seems to be working for John Cena. Is Cena there missed? With that senton off the apron. to the inside of the ring. The definition of nothing must be working, because that certainly wasn't working either. It's Bron Breakker now. Just ragdolling John Cena around the ring. Oh God, look at Bron Breakker gonna pick up Cena and a massive powerbomb by the greatest of all time. Or the greatest of all time, rather. Breakker was in the corner, I think, setting up for the spear, but Cena, veteran instinct, roll into another corner, trying to catch a breather. But Breakker in the corner, not gonna let him get one. Goldberg spear by Bron Breakker. I mean, Cena for the second time to face Bryan next week. Scores 2. No, John Cena kicking out. Cena surviving the spear. Cena survived 2 spears and a Steiner recliner. Breakker survived an AA and an STFU. What more can these men take? As well as an Avalanche Frankensteiner, a Dream Breaker, 2 5-knuckle shuffles, or 3 actually, followed by a second AA by Cena. Can Cena get his win back? 1 Drake Dober Breakker to face Bryan next week in the Intercontinental Title Tournament Finals. Scores 2. Cena does it. Cena gets his second ever win. A part of SmackDown. Oh wow, we truly needed that, ladies and gentlemen, as John Cena goes on to face Daniel Bryan next week on SmackDown. No one or that will battle Chad Gable in the week after for the Intercontinental Championship. I can't wait for that one. Well, what a great matchup we just saw here tonight between John Cena and Bron Breakker. It was number 2. Breakker winning back at Clash of the Castle. Cena winning here tonight. Moving one step closer to potentially becoming the new Intercontinental Champion. You know what I want? I want a rubber match between those two. I want to see who wins it in the third go around. But an incredible put-up match tonight live on SmackDown from Kansas City, Missouri. Cena victorious for the second time with the blue band. Will the luck continue for Cena? Will we be looking at her next? Intercontinental Champion only. Time will tell, folks. But coming up next, it is now time for your main event of the evening. An Evolution rematch as Bianca Belair looks to reclaim her WWE Women's Championship that she held for 177 days. She battles the new champ, the woman that beat her in Evolution, the woman that beat her before that. It's Charlotte Flair. And as you just heard, ladies and gentlemen, from Samantha Irvin, women's title on the line. Rematch from Evolution. It was the SmackDown following Survivor Series, I believe, where Charlotte Flair was able to get a non-title victory over the champion at the time, Bianca Belair. Then, building up to Clash at the Castle, Charlotte issued an open challenge, as she was already a number 1 contender for the WWE Women's title. She issued an open challenge to get ready for the title match at Clash of the Castle between her and Belair. But answering the open challenge was new SmackDown debutant Io Sky, who shocked the world in her debut, defeating Charlotte Flair on her first night of SmackDown. Therefore, Io got added to that Clash of the Castle match, making it a triple threat for the WWE Women's title, also including the champ Belair and the Queen Charlotte Flair. Belair winning on that night, pinning Io Sky. Charlotte then beat Sky on the SmackDown after to get a one-on-one shot at Evolution, getting her win back against Io Sky, and then once again beating Belair this past Saturday night at Evolution in the main event to become the new and the first ever 4-time champion, period. But she is now a 4-time WWE Women's Champion, but she can have a very short reign of just 3 to 4 days. If Bianca Belair has anything to say about it and wants to regain her WWE Women's Championship, which I know deep down she really does want to do. These two always have great chemistry. It was a great match this past weekend in the main event. It's going to be a great matchup tonight. Live on SmackDown from Kansas City, Missouri. This sold-out crowd been incredible all night. They're going to be getting even more incredible after this one, because this is going to be a fantastic battle for the ages. The Revolution match goes down as maybe one of the best yet in this series. Well, this one may follow it. Charlotte and Bianca, they might top it here tonight. Bianca never beaten Charlotte in single scenario, never beaten her in any sort of matchup following a triple, other than a triple threat match, which of course Charlotte didn't take the pin back at Clash at the Castle. But Charlotte has now pinned Bianca Belair twice in this series, looking to do it for a 3rd time and retain her newly won WWE Women's Championship. She doesn't want to be a 4-time Women's Champion and lose it on her first offense, because she lost the title in her first defense during her first reign against Asuka on the first episode of SmackDown. But right now it's Charles Robinson. His job to take off the robe of the champion. Royalty is here on SmackDown. She's been treated like royalty once again. She always does, but even more so now as she is the champion. She has the gold to back it up. But how long for? Will Blair get it back and recapture it? Maybe top her 177-day reign? Gonna have to wait and see, folks. This crowd in Kansas ready for a fight. So am I. Gonna be an incredible rematch for the gold. Is that right? There's what you're fighting for. The beautiful, prestigious, and coveted WWE Women's Championship of SmackDown. Let's head down to the ring now with the official ring introductions from Samantha Irvin.
And her opponent from the Queen City, the WWE Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair!
Charlotte holding up that title in the fourth time going that she's been able to do this. Four-time Women's Champion. Held it all the way back at the start of the series during her best of 7 series against the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. But now once again recaptured it and wants to bring it into WrestleMania. Of course, the Royal Rumble. Less than 2 weeks' time will kick off the road to WrestleMania. So you want to be either going into WrestleMania as champion or to get an opportunity at WrestleMania for a title. By maybe winning the Rumble or winning the Chamber or getting a big opportunity on SmackDown or Raw. Either way, this matchup underway. Charles Robinson now ringing the bell. Here we go. Bell has sounded. Your main event for the WWE Women's title is underway. The first time women have main evented an episode of SmackDown with the WWE Women's title on the line. I believe Charlotte and Asuka have actually main evented an episode of SmackDown, so I think that is not true. But this time, it's been the first time in a while. Belair and Charlotte getting the honours tonight. Middle rope for the former champion. Crossbody by Bianca. Taking out Charlotte now. Down goes the Queen. Woo to that one, I'll tell you. And look at that. Oh, Charlotte. Big back elbow there by the champion. Middle rope now goes Charlotte Flair. In her first defence of the title that she just won. All the way back at Evolution. Just 3 to 4 days ago, a look at Charlotte just wooing and Luna strutted herself into a spear. She strutted right into a spear by the EST. And now, the former champ gonna pick up Charlotte, got her up here, running power slam by Bianca Belair. And now the former champ off the ropes, beautiful splash by Bianca. Here's the cover leg, it's hook shoulders down, scoring only a 1 and a kick out. Bianca only been pinned 3 times on the SmackDown brand and this series. Been pinned twice on the NXT brand, so that's 5 times in total. That's the only time Bianca have lost a match here in this Universe Mode series. Tag team action against Liv and Charlotte, which she teamed with Jade Cargill. That was her first. Losing a Charlotte Flair while Bianca was still the champion. That was her second, and then losing the Charlotte this past weekend at Evolution. And the main event for the WWE Women's title. But looks to win it back here tonight and make Charlotte's reign an incredibly short one. Big shot from Charlotte off the top. Flair now. Look at her fly. Oh no, moving out the way there. It's the EST and the WWE. And then Bianca. Got her down goes Charlotte now. And a leg drop on moving out the way there was the Queen. Kinda catching her, but Bianca didn't get all of what she was hoping for there. Big shot though, rolling through his Charlotte double leg takedown now. Nothing fancy, but damn sure effective. Bianca now getting up, and a running clothesline by the EST. These two just throwing their best shots, but neither are probably 100% after the physical battle these two were involved in at Evolution just several days ago. With the championship on the line, it's back on the line tonight, and it's Charlotte who could retain her newly won title that she's held out for 4 times here in this series. Bianca looking to strip it away from her in her first go-around. Bianca was the woman that took the title from Jade Cargill in Jade's first defence of the gold. If she can beat her best friend in her best friend's first defence of the gold, she can beat her better enemy for the gold in her first defence. Shining Star press by Belair as she hit the handspring moonsault off the ropes for the kick out by Charlotte Flair up one off the ropes once more. Knees up this time as she went for that splash again. Charlotte saying hell no that time. And Charlotte Flair playing around, missing that elbow, didn't get all of the connection there. Big elbow once again by Charlotte. And now Charlotte running right into it. A spear! A spear by the Queen. Down goes Bianca. Into the cover now. Charlotte Flair, veteran instinct, getting her away from the ropes. The cover, the two, can retain a kick out by Bianca Belair. Not over just yet, ladies and gentlemen, in this main event of the evening. It's Charlotte. Gonna send Bianca to the floor. Evolution rematch. Huge stakes tonight. My God, Bianca out top rope. The women's title won't be on the line at the Rumble, but it's certainly on the line tonight. As Charlotte said she won't wait. She'll defend it tonight. We can make it the main event. If there's one thing we learned about this past weekend, we know that the women belong in main events. They main evented this past weekend at Evolution. Their full show was just women, and Bianca just flew with a tope con heel like she did this past weekend. But the whole show was just women. Not only did they open the show, were they in the middle of the show, they main evented the show, they knocked it out of the park and proved that they belong. And the spotlight here in the WWE. Bianca now, shooting star, standing still for the title. Two-time champ, perhaps kick out by Flair. Bianca is looking to join FTR. We're the only people in this series that win championships for a second time, become two-time champs. FTR did it on the Raw brand. Can Bianca do it on the blue brand tonight? Charlotte, big elbow to the midsection. Right there, catcher knife edge chop to retain here. Natural selection by Charlotte. Will this be it? Here's the cover. Legs hook shoulders down to Belair. Scoring two. Bianca stays alive. This one rolling on in Kansas City, Missouri for the WWE Women's Championship of the World in an Evolution rematch. Charlotte top rope in this main event. Massive splash off the top to retain the gold. Scoring two. Kick out again by Bianca. My days. Royal Rumble fast approaching as Bianca Belair wants to get that championship back to go to WrestleMania and defend against the Rumble winner. Bianca, three big clotheslines in the corner. Setting up Charlotte Flair in the corner now. And look at this here. Spanish Fly with a pop-up to the middle rope. We saw that this weekend. We'll see it tonight. Will we see regain the title for Bianca and a kick out by Charlotte once again. Rumble heating up, as is everything else on this series. Two kick from Charlotte inside cradle, small package, almost stole it. Charlotte almost becoming the new, or almost retaining rather, her WWE Women's title, and she's now here for 4 times in this series, but coming your way next week on SmackDown. Going to be a hell of a show. Hold on, we'll get to it in a minute. Right now, Bianca going over the KOD. Bianca for the title. Two-time champ. Penny predicament. Beautifully done. 2 count. No. Charlotte kicks out. Oh my. But anyway, back to next week's. I'm trying to give you the rundown of next week's show. The SmackDown before the Royal Rumble Premium Live event. We'll see WWE Championship opponents at the Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, the King of the Ring winner and the WWE Champion, the undefeated Scottish Warrior, will team up in tag team action. You know what Teddy Long's like. Can they coexist as they take on Adam Cole and Roderick Strong of the Undisputed Era in next week's main event? We also know that Daniel Bryan and John Cena will compete in the finals of the many #1 contenders Intercontinental Championship tournament. The winner faces Chad Gable in the next week's edition of SmackDown after that one. That's right now, Charlotte and Bianca. Top rope here. Look at this from Flair. Oh, dial back breaker off the top rope. Charlotte Flair now going after the leg. Got the back and now the leg to retain the WWE Women's title that she won this past weekend. Charlotte with a figure 4 now bridging through. And a figure 8. Oh, Bianca. Nowhere for the EST to go. She's in trouble. She's got to be hurting. And a world of hurt, a world of agony. She tapped out to this back in Evolution, so her leg may not be alright. After the events of a couple days ago, Bianca's in trouble. Nowhere to go. Oh, Charles Robinson right now, see if she taps. But Bianca with a power to kick out, mustering up the courage and staying alive in this incredible championship main event. Evolution rematch. Belair now turns around. Glam slam face first. Almost like a glam slam maneuver. EST top rope. for the gold. Splash! Two-time champ for Belair. Will this be it? Scoring 2. No! Charlotte kicking out again. Well, earlier on tonight, we found out that the Hardy Boys, who return to SmackDown this evening, will be challenging the Undisputed Era's Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly for the WWE Tag Team titles at the Rumble. It's right now Charlotte, shoulders down to Bianca, who kicks out. Well, I can confirm next week, singles competition between both these teams to get them warmed up for the tag match of the Rumble. Jeff Hardy one-on-one with Bobby Fish of one half of the champs and the Undisputed Era. And finally going down next week, a Royal Rumble qualifying match. But not only that, the winner's in the match, the loser's out the match, but the winner will get the number 25 spot in the Royal Rumble match. That's going to be huge, folks. That match consists of Kevin Owens and Sheamus next week on SmackDown. All that and so much more right here next week in the Blue Brand. When we get back to proceedings tonight in the main event, Charlotte just hit her handspring clothesline. Will it be enough to retain the gold? Not one. Bianca kicks out at 2. Great battle tonight between these two incredible warriors. Charlotte double knees to the midsection. Not seen that tonight, but we saw it back at Evolution. So it took that long to see it this evening as Bianca runs in clothesline on Charlotte Flair, picking her up now to a vertical base. Bianca, second time of the match now to win back her title. KOD and a Flair, center of the ring, covered by Bianca for the WWE title for the second time, scoring 2. No, Charlotte kicking out and keeping a hold of her championship for now. The coveted women's title of SmackDown. Belair wants nothing more than to win it back, heading in the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania season. Big kick from Charlotte Flair. Charlotte, double leg takedown. Not a spear, but a double leg takedown. Straight back in to the figure 4. Figure 4 by Charlotte. She tapped Bianca out of this past weekend at Evolution. She could again. Figure 8 cinch stand. Nowhere for Belair to go. She may have to be out of it. Will Belair tap in or pass out due to the pain once again like this past weekend? If she does, Charlotte will retain her newly won WWE Women's title against the woman she beat for it. And Bianca somehow able to muster up the strength and courage to keep fighting. Still on this one. Big shot across the face of Bianca again with a shot. Here we go, a slugfest in your main event of the evening with the WWE Women's title on the line. And this incredible main event in SmackDown. Evolution rematch for the gold. Back and forth action, these two women go. Blow for blow, shot for shot. Trading blows, trading shots. Live in Kansas City, Missouri, as a sold-out crowd loving every second of the action. Incredible match this past weekend in Seattle. Incredible tonight in Kansas. They're going all over the place, delivering bangers here on the Blue Brand. Next shot there from Charlotte. They first chop, and here we go. Hockey fight in the main event. This is what the crowd came to see tonight with a title on the line. Who's going to get the upper hand, however? It's going to be Bianca Belair. Third time in the match. KOD to win back her title. That's going to be it. Scores 2 in the Queen. And somehow she kicks out. Somehow Charlotte is still in this one. Runs out with a spear now at the Queen. Charlotte got her with a spear. Bianca's out of it. Not like this is Charlotte going to retain the WWE Women's title. Nice first chop now on Bianca. Natural selection now. Here's the cover. Charlotte to retain. Leg hook, shoulders down. Scoring 2. No, Bianca the wily veteran. Get her arm on the bottom rope. Smart strategy. Great veteran instinct from the former champion who is determined to win back her title tonight. She wants nothing more than to recapture the WWE Women's title. And she made right here. Jackknife pancake out by Charlotte at 2. Very close call. Next up, counter Flair. Big boom. My God. And Bianca getting up. She might not have anything left. And I might be right. Charlotte may face chop. Natural selection connect by the champ. Will it be enough for Charlotte to retain her newly won title? Well, let's do it. They get her first defense of the goal. Leg hook, shoulders down. This might do it. Scores 2 and Charlotte Flair retains the WWE Women's Championship live tonight in Kansas City, Missouri in an Evolution rematch here on SmackDown. Incredible main event live on the Blue Brand. Bianca came up so close, so short, but now she has lost for a 3rd time to Charlotte Flair in singles competition. fourth if you call tag team match, but it wasn't Charlotte pinned her in tag team action, it was Liv Morgan. But nonetheless, Charlotte able to get the best of Belair once more and walk out still the WWE Women's Champion. What a match of a motor show it's been, folks. That's all we have time for here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us, and join us tomorrow night for another exciting installment of WWE Dark. You don't want to miss it, folks. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you soon. Take care and peace.